Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Saturday night live stream. Live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the news, we'll talk about altcoins. I'm going to move some crypto around for you guys. And as always, I'll do my very best to get to your questions and see if we can't troubleshoot your problems here live. Well, it's been an exciting last few days. Bitcoin has made another run at an all-time high, falling just a tad short yesterday, and we're holding about at 122,000, which is nothing to sneeze at. So that's good news. A lot of other news that I'm going to show you tonight. We'll talk about the market. We'll talk about the ETF market, and I've got some adoption news and stuff like that. Let's see, I've got some stuff on the agenda. I'm going to show you guys how to go through a firmware update on my Ledger Flex. It's pretty easy. A lot of people are leery and wary and suspicious of firmware updates. There's no reason to be upset or scared of updates. In fact, I remember I was reading my comments and somebody in my comments said crypto is not appropriate for nervous people. And that made me laugh because I get a lot of questions in my comments and through email and stuff like that. And, they just tell me they're terrified. Just to touch their wallet terrifies them. So maybe that's an insight that has some value to it, right? Crypto is not appropriate for nervous people. So, yeah, if you're going to do crypto, do it relaxed. Don't do it under pressure. Take your time and just enjoy yourself. It's nothing to be terrified about. Anyhow, let's go over and greet everyone that's here tonight. I want to thank everyone for being here as usual. I'm wearing my batik shirt. My wife is from Indonesia, and I have from her family, her father, over the years, I have received several batik shirts. This one's pretty cool. I just wore it last week when we went to an Indonesian gathering in Grand Rapids. It was pretty cool. It's hard to tell, but this shirt has it's like got this some kind of, it's not real gold, but it's like shiny gold inlays. You can't really see it from here. Let me attempt just for the heck of it. Why not? Oops. Hold on it. Sorry. Let me see if I can get closer here. Yeah, you see how it's got like a little bit of gold in there? It's a pretty cool shirt. Yeah. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Great to be here again. It's a wonderful, beautiful day in West Michigan. You can see out my window that the sun is shining brightly in the backyard, and everything is good. So let's go ahead and dive in. I forgot to greet everybody. So we've got Simon is here. Amsterdam, Holland is here. Bonik Dason is here asking about Romanian again. I told you last week that I don't know how to do that. If YouTube doesn't support it, then I don't think there's much I can do about it. But thank you for being here anyway. Kenny Wiedner is here. Thanks for the news, as usual, Kenny. Mr. Miski is here. Hans Hanna 350, Amsterdam, Holland. I think I already greeted you. Simona Mullen. Gregory Wieland is here. Dusted in Shadow. Thank you for being here. Treb 3, Christopher Tane from Melbourne. Paul is here. Good to have you here. Paul, Fred McIntyre, smash the likes. Positive Planet, Goofball, HR by Catherine, PC Prosperi, awesome. Russell Tom. What do I think about Caspa as a long-term hold? I don't really do coin evaluations. I do cover the market in general, but I don't really talk about specific coins. I've heard of Caspa. It's been a long time since I've looked at it. I'm not the right person to ask that question to. I'm not qualified to give you an answer one way or the other. So, and I apologize for that. I'm more about technical support and self-custody in general, how to use wallets and that kind of stuff. Keith Kent, Knet, Necht. I have an older ledger. See, now this is the kind of question I can sink my teeth into. If I buy a newer version of that ledger, do I still enter my seed phrase from my older ledger and my crypto will be there? Yes. That is called a migration. You buy a new version of a ledger wallet. You put in, instead of setting it up as brand new, you do a restore and you use the seed phrase from your previous wallet. Your new wallet is now a mirror copy of your old wallet. Now, one thing that people do when they buy a new device and they import a seed phrase is they think they need to go into Ledger Live and do a reset or something crazy like that, or go into Ledger Live and set up brand new accounts on the new device. You don't need to do that if you've done that seed phrase restore. You just connect your new device that has been restored using the old seed phrase and hit the ground running. All your accounts will think it's the exact same device because it is logically equivalent, because you've restored the master private key that you created on the older device. So don't do anything crazy with Ledger Live. Just restore your new device, connect it, and start using it just like you were using your old device. They're both the same device now as far as Ledger Live is concerned. Logically equivalent, even though they are two different devices. BJ, I would like to get some one-on-one. Do you offer sessions? What is minting? Go down to the bottom of the description. I've got my email there. Shoot me an email. We can talk more about that. Thank you, Positive Planet, about the shirt. It's a cool shirt. Bitfa, hi, CryptoDad. I have my Coinbase wallet balance shown in Ether Delta. Is it possible to withdraw it? If you need to use your wallet to withdraw it, you cannot withdraw coins simply because you can see them on the Blockchain Explorer. That would mean that I could also withdraw your coins just seeing them on the Blockchain Explorer. You must have control of that private key. So if you wiped out your Coinbase wallet for whatever reason and you can see your blockchain data on a Blockchain Explorer, you can't access it unless you get that wallet restored. It's like looking at the diamond ring you pawned at the pawn shop. You can go out, stand outside the pawn shop and look at that diamond ring that you pawned, but you can't get it because it's not yours anymore. Because I know it's a bad analogy, but that's all I got on that one. What's the most realistic and effective way to, that's financial advice. Okay, so let's go to if you've never been in the live stream, check out the details here. We're going to talk about the news tonight, things we're going to cover. Make sure if you want, check out my Ledger landing page. That's that link I have down there. You can get $10 worth of Bitcoin whenever you purchase a Ledger product. Check out the stamp seed. I've got a link for that. Use CryptoDad as your checkout code, all caps, and you'll get a 15% discount on any of their products. It's a great way to back up your seed phrase. We're going to move some Bitcoin, maybe. We'll update the Flex firmware. People just will not stop asking me about this midnight airdrop. So I'm going to attempt to do the airdrop. But before I do, I'm going to go through what the pros and cons of this whole mess is. People hear the word airdrop and they get dollar signs in their eyes and they think it's just going to make them rich. Most airdrops are not like that. You basically, they are marketing ploys to draw attention to a blockchain. But just because you're getting a free token does not mean it's going to go to the moon and you're going to become rich. I know free is good. But anyway, we'll go over the pros and cons of the, and I'll explain exactly what it is because people will not stop asking me about it. I'm a cranky old man. You got to forgive me. But I get comments and emails and people, do a video on this. So We're going to try. Latest videos. Okay, so I did this video yesterday, 5 backup mistakes that could kill your crypto or make you lose all your crypto. You guys have heard me harping on these over and over again if you've been in the live stream. So you've probably heard all these before. But yeah, people don't understand the way crypto wallets work. And the backup is a very big component of managing crypto. Your backup could save your butt if your device gets lost, stolen, or damaged. So yeah, learn how to do good backups and check out this video. Also, there's a Alpine Formula One team Ledger Stacks limited edition. Let's see if I can find this thing. I think it's sold out now, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, the Grand Prix is tomorrow, and the Singapore Grand Prix is tomorrow, Sunday. I think it's getting close to Sunday there right now. But yeah, and this is a pretty cool thing. But yeah, I think they're out of stock. Yeah. Oops. Hey, well. Maybe they'll come back in stock. I don't know. These things sell out pretty quick. A whole bunch of other affiliate links and all the news stories. So let's jump into the news without further ado. Bitcoin surges above 123K, nearing new record as bullish Q4 sentiment fuels week-long rally. This recent run has been fueled by institutional demand and a shifting macro environment. So the 5-day rally saw Bitcoin rise nearly 15%. Pretty impressive. Last week we were like around 110,000 per Bitcoin, and now we're up to right now we're at about 122,000 per Bitcoin. Bitcoin climbed to close sight of a new record high above 124,500. Capping off a 5-day rally. Trading well below 110 last weekend, the crypto has climbed nearly 15%, including 3% over the last 24 hours to the current 123,300. This was, of course, written yesterday or early today, I'm not sure. October has historically been a strong month for Bitcoin, and this year appears to be no different as bullish sentiment returned in force heading into the fourth quarter. From July through September, Bitcoin was stuck in a range, trading in a narrow range and underperforming stocks and gold, which seemingly hit new records on a daily basis, but momentum has shifted. This moment is different from previous ones, said economist Noel Atkinson. I hope I said that right. Author of the Crypto is Macro Now newsletter. In a post on X, Atkinson pointed to a mix of strong institutional participation and broader macroeconomic drivers as new forces shaping this cycle. In previous cycles, we didn't have this level of sustained global development, she said, referencing the erosion of fiat currency value across major economies. Alongside that, she noted growing geopolitical uncertainty is encouraging a gradual pivot away from the U.S. dollar towards global hard assets, with Bitcoin positioned as a key beneficiary. So FOMO is strong. It's pretty cool. That's kind of what's going on with Bitcoin. Let's check this one out. Dan brought this up yesterday. The crypto market cap set a new all-time high. The entire crypto market cap crossed $4.21 trillion. All right, so if we go over to CoinGecko, and we look, the market cap is over here on the side of these coins. And these coins are sorted by market cap. So you can see the Bitcoin market cap is 2.4 trillion currently. But all of the other coins have pretty high market caps as well, especially the ones in the top 20. So that combined market cap set a brand new record yesterday at 4.21 trillion. Bitcoin rallied close to 124,000 as surging U.S. demand for Bitcoin, shifting Federal Reserve monetary policies, and hopes for a Q4 lifted investor sentiment. On-chain data showed a 1.6 billion surge in buying and a Coinbase premium gap of $92, signaling U.S.-led demand. Analysts see resistance at near 130,000, with price discovery possible next week. And this one here, BJ, thank you for that donation. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Okay, so we surged yesterday. We talked about that. This surge could nudge Bitcoin into fresh price discovery territory above 125,500 as the total crypto market cap pushed above the 4.21 trillion mark, a mark that underscored the broad strength of the rally. One surprising catalyst behind this price rise is the U.S. government shutdown and how markets appear to be ignoring it. As federal agencies furlough staff and economic data releases face delays, investor uncertainty is rising. In these conditions, Bitcoin has directly benefited, rising 8% since the shutdown, with traders positioning around the lack of clear policy direction. The government halt also complicated the Federal Reserve's decisions since inflation and job data could be postponed, heightening speculative flows into crypto. Bam! Bitcoin's movement towards a new all-time high appears genuinely organic. We suspect that Trump's announcement of potentially considering a stimulus check for every citizen funded by tariffs could also contribute to a further rise in Bitcoin's price. This could mirror what we witnessed following the COVID stimulus checks. Meanwhile, steady ETF flows provide a clear tailwind. Well, just because Trump said they might do it doesn't mean that it's going to actually happen. And even if it is actually going to happen, they haven't even announced when they're going to be issuing these checks, and nobody has their checks yet. So it's all kind of front-running speculation, right? So we'll see. Pretty cool stuff, though. Good stuff going on. Bitcoin ETFs. Now, we've got the Bitcoin spot market where people are actually buying and selling real Bitcoin on exchanges. And then some of them are withdrawing the Bitcoin they buy and putting in their wallets. Other people are, moving Bitcoin from their wallets to exchanges and selling. That's all spot Bitcoin. ETFs are like stocks. They're companies that hold Bitcoin, but you can buy and sell the stock in the company. It's a special kind of security, exchange traded fund. And so you can get indirect exposure to Bitcoin, and it's easy and safe for big institutions to buy and sell ETFs, and even individual investors are much more likely to invest in an ETF as opposed to learning how to use a Bitcoin wallet. So the Bitcoin market is, as I mentioned earlier, is a tailwind on the Bitcoin spot market and definitely affects the market price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's ETFs kickstart October with 3.2 billion in second best week on record. Bam! Another close call for an all-time high, all-time record. Bitcoin ETFs are the market's clearest sentiment barometer, indicating an incoming breakout for October. Bam! U.S.-listed spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds began the historically bullish month of October with their second-best week of inflows since launch, signaling a renewed investor optimism. Spot Bitcoin ETFs recorded $3.24 billion in cumulative net positive inflows over the last week, nearly matching their record of $3.38 billion in the week ending November 22nd, 2024. The figure marks a sharp rebound from the previous week's $900 million in outflows, Analysts attributed the turnaround to growing expectations of another U.S. interest rate cut, which has improved sentiment towards risk assets. Wow. So Bitcoin spot is up and Bitcoin ETFs are up. In adoption news, the co-founder of Tether says that all currencies will be stablecoins by 2030. Tether's co-founder Reeve Collins said all forms of money, including dollars and euros, will probably be represented on the blockchain within the next 5 years. That's a bold statement. 5 years isn't that far off, right? All currency to become stablecoins by 2030 as part of a broader shift that will see all forms of finance go on-chain. All currency will be a stablecoin, so every fiat currency will be a stablecoin. It'll just be called dollars, euros, or yen, said Collins in a wide-ranging interview during Token 2024 in Singapore. I was going to bring that up. That's what this commemorative wallet is all about. I think we were over here. I talked about this commemorative wallet. Token 2024 was in Singapore, and I believe it just ended. And then that's going to be capped off with the Singapore Grand Prix. So there are a lot of big names in crypto there. I don't know if you are aware of this, but the Bitcoin conferences that they hold every year, like the one I went to in Nashville in 24, I believe, you're not really allowed to talk about altcoins at the Bitcoin conferences. It's a very Bitcoin-centric type of event. But Token 2049, all the big names from all the different cryptos can talk about altcoins, right? So it was a big thing. Yeah, it just ended, October 20. Oh, that's next year's. Anyhow, and then the Singapore. Let's see if I can pull that sucker up too. Yeah, and so that's the thing that they're doing tomorrow. Oh, that's just how you buy a ticket. So yeah, that's pretty cool too. And that's what this thing's all about. Anyhow, and by the way, Ledger Open is going to be the 23rd of this month. I'm going to Paris with my lovely wife, and I will be there. So if you're going to be there, look me up. I'll probably be hanging around the Ledger booth at least part of the day. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And I most likely won't miss the live stream because I'm leaving on Monday and I'll be back on Friday afternoon. So shouldn't miss a live stream over that. But it's going to be pretty cool. And where were we? We're still with the news, right? We're almost done with the news. A stable coin is simply a dollar, euro, yen, a traditional currency running on a blockchain rail by 2030. Bam. What do you guys think about that? All currencies are going to go on the blockchain. That's an interesting thought. And then I wanted to just throw this story out there. Nation state Bitcoin adoption to enter suddenly phase soon, right? Nation state Bitcoin adoption is at the tail end of the gradual stage and entering the beginning phases of suddenly. Jan 3 founder Samson Mao said. An increasing number of countries are preparing to ramp up Bitcoin adoption after moving past the initial skepticism, according to Jan 3 founder Samson Mao. I think we're on the trail end of gradually, and we're at the beginning of phases of suddenly. Boo, I said that so many times. These things happen very quickly, Mao said, referring to the potential for more countries to adopt a strategic Bitcoin reserve. It's like literally, gradually, then suddenly. Mao emphasized that while U.S. President Donald Trump has signed an executive order to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve, the U.S. still hasn't started buying. However, he pointed out that the nation is pushing forward with budget-neutral Bitcoin acquisition and the Bitcoin Act. Galaxy Digital's head of Firmware, Wide Research Alex Thorne recently said there is a high likelihood that the U.S. government will form the highly anticipated strategic Bitcoin reserve by the end of this year. And there are some U.S. states that are also creating Bitcoin reserves. But once the United States, the United States actually starts buying Bitcoin for its Bitcoin reserve, expect to see more countries snowballing in and creating their own Bitcoin strategic reserves. And once we see nation states attempting to accumulate Bitcoin, things could just go off the chain, right? No pun intended. But yeah, things are looking bright. We got our future looking bright. So that's the news. Let me see. There's a lot of people in the chat here real quick. I would like to kind of get caught up with everyone. Let's see. Where are we here? Yeah. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, I just wanted to point out that I was watching the very first YouTube video I ever uploaded. So this is all my videos from 2017, and May 27th was my first upload. And I don't think, yeah. So here I did my first Bitcoin tutorial was on June 8th. But I was watching this, and back then I didn't have any video editing software. So basically when I did a video, I just turned on my webcam and connected it to OBS, and it was like a one-take deal. So I watched this thing. It's like 30 minutes long. I look a little younger. It was 8 years ago. But it's pretty interesting, and I was enjoying reading the comments. So I don't know. It's just kind of an interesting video. I'm talking about doing software verification, which was,
hey guys,
whoops. It was kind of how I started the channel. Was this whole thing about verifying software? I started running into pretty quick when I was downloading like Bitcoin wallets and Tor browser stuff, all that stuff. They have these verification where they've got like a signature file. And I was like, well, what am I supposed to do with this signature file? And it took me months to figure out how this stuff worked. And that was kind of why I did this video, or I did this YouTube channel. I was kind of like, this stuff is hard. I wish I could find a tutorial that would walk me through it step by step and not skip any steps and show me exactly how to do it from beginning to end. This video is a little bit long, but holds up pretty well. Actually, I saw this comment here. Somebody said here in 2025, and it's still a relevant video. That's pretty good. And then somebody else down there said, what was it? Oh yeah, the moment a legend was born. That was pretty nice. But anyway, let me get back into where we're at here. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Do I have my Coinbase? Okay. Well, I talked about the Coinbase wallet thing. Yes, you can do that. Yes, looks like the old one. What's the most realistic strategy? I can't give financial advice. Thank you for answering. You usually don't have time to watch me live. That's cool. Thank you for being here. Keith, I guess I answered your question. I was like, got a cold wallet. I don't know how to restart my 24 refer phrase. Been trying to learn about it. It's still been 2 years. Still can't do it. Haven't been well for a while. I have a, let's see here. Let's do, yeah. I'm just going to, doggone it, what just happened? I thought that there were 8 of them. Why is it not doing that? Okay, let's try that again. Show all. I don't know what's going on here. It's not It's not being kind to me here. Let's try this again. Okay. It says 8 videos, and I hit show all, and I only see one. Oh, okay, there it is. That's not even what I'm looking for. Oh, okay, there it is. That's the one I'm looking for. Yeah. So this is a step-by-step on how you take your 24-word seed phrase and migrate it into a new wallet. I just pasted that in there, the chat window. So check out that tutorial. It's step-by-step, very well-explained video on how you do that. If you have a 24-word seed phrase, and you're wondering how to do an import, it's actually called a restore. Then check out that video. What is the advantage of getting Bitcoin-only device over getting multi-chain wallet? It's security theater as far as I'm concerned. Gab. The argument says that if you've got a Bitcoin-only wallet, that it's less complicated. And there is some validity to that argument, but really there are some wallets that will say, this is our Bitcoin-only version and this is our multi-coin version, but it's kind of a hype to make you think that the Bitcoin-only version is better or more secure. In my opinion, it's not that much more secure over a multi-coin wallet. Ledger does not have Bitcoin-only firmware. They consider Bitcoin-only firmware to be kind of security theater. So that's my opinion. Let's see. What do you mean by restart my 24-word seed phrase? Your code so you can remember it, and we'll stamp it on a metal disc or some sort. My English is not perfect. What I did was I imported my wallet by using my private key, but found my ETH in DeFi section in Etherdata, so it's not possible getting my money back. No, and you shouldn't be importing your private key into a website. EtherDelta was not decentralized because I can't withdraw my money, even I have the private key. I remember EtherDelta from a long time ago, and there is an option to use your mnemonic phrase to gain access to your wallet. It's not recommended, but it is a thing. And I don't even know if EtherDelta is still working or not. And when you say you can't withdraw it, I don't know exactly what you mean by that. You go to your balance and then you hit, send or receive, usually send, but you need to have a destination. You need to be sending it somewhere. Now, I know a lot of people get scammed by, consultants, and they'll tell you, put your money in this wallet, and they claim it's a wallet, but it's not really. You send them money, and then they show you this wallet, and then you can see a balance in there, but they won't let you withdraw it. And then when you try, and then you can't, you call them, and then they're like, oh, yeah, you need the withdrawal fee. And then they say it costs 10% of your balance. And then they try to tell you you've made a whole bunch of money, and there's like 1 million tether in there. And, of course, you can't get it out. And then they tell you, send us more money and we'll get it out for you. And that's a scam. But I'm not sure what you did with BitFi. Why don't you just send me an email and give me a little breakdown of exactly what it is you're trying to do and what maybe I can help. But on the live stream, it's a little too involved. Keith, if I enter my old seed phrase into a new ledger, what happens with my older ledger? Nothing happens to your older ledger. You can still use them both. You just have a mirror copy of your old one, so they're interchangeable. Very important. If you can move crypto right now, but you cannot find your seed phrase, open a new wallet, write down the new seed phrase and save it, then move your crypto to a new wallet. Good advice, Dan. Yeah, if you have lost your seed phrase, but your wallet is still accessible, still functioning, then you need to get your crypto moved out of that wallet somewhere else, and then get yourself a brand new wallet, write down the new seed phrase, don't lose it, and then you can move stuff back to that wallet, that new wallet, wherever you emptied out the old wallet to, say, your Coinbase account, and then you set up a brand new wallet and then withdraw from Coinbase back to that wallet. Trying to reset a device with a new seed phrase, and then you'd have to restore the old one. Reset the device with a new seed phrase, generate a receiving address, save that receiving address in a text file, reset your device again, go back to the old configuration. Well, actually, you can't do that because the wallet, you don't have the seed phrase. So yeah, use the wallet. The wallet's still functioning to move your crypto somewhere else. Easy thing to do would be to move it to Coinbase, or you could just go buy yourself a new hardware device over at Best Buy or Amazon or direct from Ledger or Trezor or Tangent or wherever you want. Get yourself a new wallet and then move from point A to point B. I know I'm oversimplifying it there. On my Ledger, so with your help, a video, I watched yours. I found a significant amount of Solana on my Ledger device that I didn't even know I had for 5 years. So thank you, Bert. That's cool. I love finding old crypto that I forgot about. It happens. Yeah. Do you think we will still have a blow off top for the alts in 2025? That's speculation on my part. I don't do that usually, but according to those news articles, things are looking good all around, right? We just had the entire crypto market cap, which includes Bitcoins and altcoins, just break an all-time high yesterday. So we don't have to think about the future much when we're breaking all-time highs in the present, right? Let's see. No one really knows. Alts will be over the place. Yeah. Yeah, please send me an email, Bitfi. All right, I'm going to go into Ledger Live here real quick. And when I go into Ledger Live, you can see that it's asking me to update my firmware. Now, before I do that, I just want to, I'm going to preemptively go, because I don't want to disconnect this device yet. So I am attempting the midnight airdrop. And they have an option for using a hardware device. And so I went through the steps, but I'm on the step where I choose Ledger and connect my device. And it's been spinning here for like an hour. So I don't know if it's going to work on my Ledger but for Bitcoin, but we might be able to pull this off with my Solana wallet. We'll see how that goes. One of the idiosyncrasies of this whole midnight airdrop thing is we don't know that there are some bugs in the actual claim process or difficulties to overcome in the claim process. That's why I guess a lot of people are asking me about this. But I wanted to just bring that up here. Because I'm going to disconnect this device because we're about to use a different device. It's obviously seeing my device, but it's not finding the Bitcoin wallet even though I'm in the Bitcoin app. So anyhow, we'll cancel that out, and we'll come back to the midnight airdrop in a little bit. But I just wanted to go through this process with you guys. It's asking me to do a firmware update. So I'm going to, let's go over to this side. All right. All heck is breaking loose here. All right, so we're going to put this camera down. We can get it out of the way. No, we can't. Not all the way. Yeah. All right. It's mostly out of the way. All right. Is this thing... Yeah, okay. It's about as good as we're going to get, right? All right. So we'll go ahead and connect my device, first of all. All right. And I do need to enter my PIN. Okay, So once you've entered your PIN, you want to just keep it at the home screen, right? You're not going into any apps, right? So, and then we go over here to go to the My Ledger section, which is this little section down here. You can see it's got a little purple dot, which means there's an update available. All right, it's asking me to allow the secure connection. This is normal. Well, yes, allow the secure connection. All right, and then what's it going to do? Okay, it's going to load up. All right, and now it's saying OS update available, right? So there's my device. There's my current firmware. It just passed the genuine check. We know it's a genuine device. These are all the apps I have on my device. And we'll say update firmware. It's got a bunch of gobbledygook here. I'm in the way. Yeah, there's a button down there. So we'll hit that button. And then we've got this thing going on here. It's like, all right, it's backing up my screen lock picture that I had on there. And once it's done with that, it's going to, I believe it's going to start backing up my, oh, it's transferring the update to my device. So we'll just allow that to happen. I don't know, this might take too long. I don't like to do this live that much. I mean, sometimes it is just a 0.1 update, so it shouldn't take that long. But let's do it. I know people are just terrified of updating their firmware. You should be terrified of not updating your firmware. There's a back and forth when it comes to firmware updates. Some wallets claim that not being updatable is a security feature, not a bug. And then most crypto hardware wallets on the market are updatable. That way, if there's a flaw discovered, it can be fixed and updated. Or if there's new functionality or new bug fixes or anything like that. I mean, just think about if you had an iPhone, would you want to buy a non-updatable iPhone that would force you to buy a new phone every few months because of the new stuff that's coming out? Or would you like to have an iPhone that's updatable and can accommodate all of the new OS upgrades over the 3 or 4 years that you own your phone? Think about it in those terms. All right, now it wants me to go ahead and install the firmware update. We'll hit install there. All right, you can see that it's progress over here. Let me get out of the way a little more here. There's progress on the InLedger Live. Whoops. That's not what I was trying to do. And there's progress on my device. And there we go. It's coming in and out. Okay, there it goes. It's updating the OS. Kind of flashy there. Doesn't look like that's going to take very long. And boom, there. Now, this is where most people go awry. They think that the update is over, but it's not quite over. What it wants to do now is reinstall all the apps, but you need to unlock your device. So people get to this point and they see the PIN entry and they think, oh, I'm done. So they just disconnect it. Well, it's not quite done yet. So let's enter our PIN. All right, and now it wants to load the picture back that I had on there before. So let's see if that works. That would be cool. That's a picture of my son and daughter in New York. We were on the New Jersey side. We were going to the ferry to visit the Statue of Liberty from the New Jersey side because they have car parking on that side. The Manhattan one doesn't. And from the New Jersey side, we could see Manhattan. So they took their picture there. It's pretty cool. It's a nice picture. There we go. Lock screen is set. All right. And then now it should be asking yeah. See, this is the step that a lot of people miss. You need to restore all of your apps. Right? So hit restore apps. And now it will restore all of your apps. And this could take a while, so I'll go back to the other screen. We need to allow the secure connection again. And it's going to start reinstalling all the apps. All right, if we go over here, you can see that there are a bunch of apps in the queue. And it's going to start. See, this is all blank now. So, and let me go back to this screen here. Whoops. Try not to drag everything with me. This is the problem that a lot of people have when they're running the firmware update, is they get to that point where it's asking for the PIN for the device and they think it's over. And so they just disconnect the device, or they think they're done. And then there are no apps on their device. And so when they don't see any apps on their device, they think their crypto is gone. And they freak out. I get so many people that say, I just ran the firmware update and all my crypto is gone. And I used to think, what happened? You know, your wallets got emptied out in Ledger Live? No. What happened was you ran the firmware update. It wiped all of your apps off, and then it was going to reinstall them for you, but then you yanked your device out in the middle of the firmware update process, and so now you have to reinstall the apps manually, which is not a big deal. Your crypto is not gone. All you have to do is reinstall the apps yourself. Pretty easy. None of your accounts in Ledger Live are gone. You can just go into your portfolio and see your balances are still there. So all you really need to do is just reinstall your apps on your device and you're good to go. So while that's happening, let's go over here and see if anybody's asking me. You can claim your ADA Night tokens via Yori wallet. Okay. Should be supported in Ledger Live with Wallet Connect and the Ledger device for the Sol holdings. Wallet Connect. I sure hope I don't have to use Wallet Connect. I'm wondering if well, we still got a little bit of reinstalls to go here. I could just yank this thing out and install the apps manually later. Because we're running out of time here. And I need to connect a different device. Yeah. I'll just let it go. Okay. So let's take a look at this midnight token. Oh, okay. We'll do this part first because this little overview should educate you as to what exactly is going on here and what are the pros and cons of claiming this airdrop. So a brief recap. I did this with ChatGTP, of course, but it covered a lot of the points that I had brought up in previous live streams. Midnight is a privacy-oriented sidechain or companion chain built around Cardano using zero-knowledge proofs and selective disclosure. Just for a little perspective here, no one has gotten rich with Cardano lately. Cardano hit $3 a coin back in 2021 or 2022 and still can't seem to break $1, even though the rest of the crypto market is going crazy. So if Cardano is any indicator about this particular coin that lives on the Cardano chain, maybe take the whole thing with a grain of salt, right? So the Glacier drop
is its airdrop of the Night token, the governance staking token for midnight, distributing 24 billion Night. So you'll see that my airdrop claim is going to be about 21 coins, based on the balance that I had on the snapshot date, which was June 11th, 2025. So 24 billion is a lot. Now, we don't even know if 24 billion is going to be distributed. It depends on who participates. So it might work to your advantage if hardly anybody participates. But if hardly anybody participates, that means nobody cares about this chain, and it's not going to be, it's not going to be a popular chain. The snapshot was taken on June 11th. We know that. The claim period is 60 days from around August to October. The first claim period ends on the 20th of this month. After that, unclaimed tokens enter a scavenger mine phase, 30 days where users can earn unclaimed tokens via computational tasks, a longer lost and found recovery period up to 4 years. Claimed Night tokens are locked/vested rather than immediately tradable. They unlock gradually over 360 days, 25% every 90 days to reduce sudden dumping pressure. So what are our strengths? Free money. Okay, I get it. If you're eligible, you can claim. Oh, Joseph, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. If you're eligible, you can claim without buying anything, and you get upside exposure to a new protocol. The good news, right? Let's get rid of that. Broad eligibility across chains, right? You don't have to be an ADA holder. You could also have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Sol, XRP, BNB, AVAX, or BAT to qualify for this airdrop. No KYC, right? We don't have to give any ID documents or anything else. You just have to have a wallet. All supply initially distributed to the community. Could be good, could be bad. There are no angel investors or anything like that. There's no people backing this project besides the developers and the community. So that could be good or bad, right? Midnight intends to distribute 100% of its Genesis allocation via Glacier Drop. No pre-allocation to insiders or VCs. That's good and bad because, you're creating a token out of nothing, basically, and just hoping people would adopt it. Because tokens are unlocked gradually, the risk of immediate massive sell pressure is mitigated. That's a pretty good idea. Through scavenger mine and lost and found phases, unclaimed tokens aren't wasted, but can be redistributed, increasing the chance of further participation. Boost to ecosystem awareness and adoption. This is my marketing ploy thing here, right? Such a large airdrop grabs attention, drives wallet ecosystem growth, and can catalyze adoption for Midnight itself and related networks like Cardano, right? So it is kind of a marketing ploy. Midnight's architecture, dual token, selective disclosure, zero knowledge is ambitious, and participation lets you gain exposure to this design. Now the bad news. Liquidity, market risk. Even once tokens unlock, there's no guarantee of strong demand. Early trading could be volatile with possibility of downward pressure if many holders sell, which usually is what happens with most airdrops. Everybody sells as soon as they can. Claim complexity usability issues. Some users report wallet compatibility problems, Yori issues needing new/unused Cardano addresses, or confusion in the claim process. That's bad. Missed claim expired window. If a user fails to claim during the 60-day window, they must wait for scavenger mine or lost and found. Centralization risk in claim snapshot. The snapshot selects based on holdings on a specific date. Those who weren't holding then or held on exchanges may be excluded. Also, users concentrating large holdings get more weight. Vesting delays value realization. Since tokens unlock over a year, you can't freely sell all immediately. If your financial needs change, your exposure is constrained. Risks of scam. Now, this is a big one for me. When people hear the word airdrop, they get stars in their eyes and they're like, point me in the right direction. And there's a lot of scammers and faux midnight airdrop claim sites, malicious Discord links and WhatsApp links and Instagram links and even YouTube links where, hey, click here to claim your midnight airdrop, and it's a scam and they want to empty your wallet. So that's one of the things that I really don't like about airdrops. Technical smart contract risk. Bugs in the claim mechanism, smart contract vulnerabilities, or errors in the vested logic could lead to loss of tokens or exploit. I certainly hope that my wallet doesn't get exploited doing all this. Regulatory risk. As with many crypto tokens, there's regulatory uncertainty in if regional regulators treat NITE as a security or subject it to rulings that could impact its value or tradability. Even though the genesis of supply is fully airdrop, future supply via block rewards, emission schedule, or inflation mechanisms may influence long-term value. Some details are complex and may shift. For example, NITE generates dust used for transaction fees, a unique dual token model which depends on proper protocol behavior. Okay, so it is an ambitious project, but ambitious also brings execution risk. The success of the project will depend heavily on adoption, protocol integrity, maintaining demand, smart contract security, and avoiding centralized sell pressure. It's for eligible users, it's a relatively low cost, time, effort, upside opportunity, but one shouldn't assume it's guaranteed profit. It's prudent to claim if eligible, but manage expectations and avoid over-reliance on its upside. Always verify you're using the official site, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let's give it a try. I think we were over here. So let's go to claim now. And I have to, I'm done with this firmware update. Yeah, so now I can safely disconnect my, and you can see all of the, well, now you can't see. Ugh, doggone it. This always happens to me when I'm live. I can't seem to get my PIN entered. There we go. All right, so you can see all the apps are back on there the way they should be, automatically during the process. All right, so I'm going to connect my stacks here because there's some Solana in here. Hopefully I won't empty out this Solana wallet. I don't know if this is going to work from my Ledger device, but we'll give it a try. Damn this. The pin entry is killing me. Okay. Okay. The more secure your pin, the more inconvenient it is to enter it. All right. So let's close out Ledger Live. Start a new claim. Now, I have the Soulflare wallet over here. And there's not much in it now, but I think there was some in there. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong one. Let's go back. How did I do this before? Okay. Oh, I remember. Okay. I just threw in the address. That's what I did the first time. That's a Bitcoin address. All right, let's go back. All right, so we're going to choose Solana, confirm network, and then I entered the address manually, and I used the Solana on my stacks. The nice thing about Solana addresses is that they don't change Bitcoin addresses change. So I had some problems trying to just paste in a Bitcoin address from my wallet because I had to go back to June 11th of 25, and I still couldn't get it to tell me that it was a valid or eligible address. So let's see what happens when we do this. All right, so if I paste in this Solana address, it tells me I have an eligible wallet, but whether or not we'll be able to use this wallet, let's see what happens. Okay, so it wants me to use a browser wallet. So that means that what I need to do is go over here to the Solflare wallet. And I need to add my stacks, which I'm about to do. I'm going to go into the Solana app. All right, on my stacks. All right. We'll connect the stacks. It's going to detect the accounts. And Williams Richard just subscribes. Cool. Okay, yeah. So there's the wallet that we're interested in. We'll just click there, and we'll tell it that we want it to go into Solflare. Ugh, come on now. What just happened? I thought we just did this. Okay, there. Main ledger. Okay, there. Bam. That's it. So that's the active wallet now. So now let's go back here and see. Okay, I want a browser wallet. We'll hit continue. Why isn't it letting me use Solflare? I thought it happened before. Okay. All right. Well, I guess this is going to be one of those epic fails. I thought I could use my Solflare wallet for Solana, right? These are all like ADA wallets. That's crazy. Oh, where do I want my wallets to go? Okay. Oh my God. I want to enter an address manual. Let's do it that way. Do they have to go on the Cardano blockchain? I guess they do. Oh yeah. Okay. So I don't have anything in my Cardano wallet, but I do have a Cardano wallet. Wherever it went. Anybody see it? Okay, there it is. All right. All right. And it's on my stacks too. So let's copy that address. All right. I want to enter my receiving address manually. Let's do that. Check if it's unused. It has to be unused. Ugh. Oh, it says it's unused, I guess. Well, there's some in there. Or maybe I haven't used it in this. I don't know. All right. Are we getting there? All right, let's do this, whatever this is. Yeah, I understood everything, didn't I? All right. There's my... What now? Claim preview. Can we get rid of this? Claim, unique claim message. Okay. Please enter the signature generated by your wallet. Is that what this is? And you claim must bind together allocation. Complete your claim. Okay. You must use your wallet's message signing functionality to cryptographically sign the personal message associated with your claim. Please note that not all crypto wallets offer this functionality. Okay. Oh, did I not select Sol? Thanks, Dan. Yeah, let's start over. I thought I had selected Solana. Okay, maybe that was the problem there. Let's do browser wallet. What the heck? Let's do Solflare. Yeah, thanks, Dan. All right, there's our Night token. Let's hit that. I want to enter the address. Okay, tell us where you'd like your tokens to go on the blockchain wallet. Okay, that would be here. That's still a, well, let's try that. Sorry, I may have emptied my clipboard there. That was not the right one, no. All right, there's the Cardano address, okay. Okay, your destination, okay. All right, we're going to go through this again. Okay, now I got to sign it. Okay, so hopefully I'll be able to sign it. Come on. With my Soulflare wallet, right? And we'll see what happens. Okay. There it is in Soulflare wallet. In the active wallet, we'll hit approve. Did it work? Oh, yeah, I think the problem is I'm going to need to enable blind signing on my device, right? Because it just sort of petered out. So we're going to hit sign, approve, and I should see an approval on this, but it's not doing that. That's the problem here, because this wallet is connected to my Ledger device. I don't know if it would work better if I had a standalone wallet. Let's try again. We're going to approve this. Yeah, so I'm not getting, my device is not giving me a indication that it's time to sign, which is what should happen. I should have to approve this on my device because the wallet is tied to my Stacks device. You saw me add the wallet and it's not functioning properly. Yeah, I mean, we could try this in a different browser. We could try that. Let's just see what happens, right? We'll do that. We'll do the browser wallet. Whoops. Okay, we got to select Solana. Confirm network. Oh, I don't have I don't have the Soulflare wallet in this browser. Oh well. I tried. So maybe what I'll have to do is try making this claim using my Solana wallet in some different browsers, or maybe doing like a relaunch the browser and all that kind of stuff. Stuff I can't really do when I'm live, but we got pretty close. I'm assuming that if you had this wallet, if you had your Sol in a standalone wallet that was not attached to a Ledger device, then when you hit that approve, the wallet would have signed the message, and I would have been done. But unfortunately, when you have a wallet that's tied to a Ledger device, it does, when the wallet goes to, like when I'm doing a swap, I'll click approve, and then I'll see a sign interface on my wallet, and I'll have to slide through and tap sign on the wallet. That's not happening now. So unfortunately, I don't have any standalone Solana wallets that had a balance, because most of the bulk of my crypto is always protected by my Ledger device, whether it's a third-party wallet or it's Ledger Live. So, or I could go back through this again, maybe try a different. But see, the thing was, we could try one more time with Sol and then see. Oh, wait a minute. Let's start over. Yeah. I think if I do Solana, it doesn't give me the option of using my Ledger device. See? That was what I ran into with trying Solana. See, because if I do Bitcoin, it gives me the option of trying to use my hardware device. Let's see if it works with Ethereum. Okay. So let's try using my Ethereum wallet on my stacks. See how that goes. Okay, so I have the stacks connected. I've got the Ethereum app open, and then it only lets me use Trezor. Oh well. All right. Well, it's worth a shot. I don't think I have any Ethereum in a Trezor wallet. Yeah. So I don't know about any of these other chains. I don't think I had $100 worth of Cardano, BAT, or anything. It would have to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Solana. So I'll have to try sending something else. Try a different wallet or a different browser, or a disconnect, reconnect, that kind of stuff. I was close, but no cigar. Anyhow, maybe I'll go back and try it again. And I'm recording what I'm doing here, so everything that led up to that last step we've got recorded. And then if I can figure out how to get past this last little bug, I'll record that, and it'll be a standalone video. But if you have a standalone Solana wallet and you follow my steps, it might just work for you. So you can't choose browser wallet and then choose Ledger Live, because Ledger Live is not a browser wallet. Yeah, so if I say Solana and then I say browser wallet, did they have Ledger Live in there? No, Ledger Live is not an option in the browser wallet. If we go to, say, Bitcoin and choose browser wallet, Bitcoin doesn't even... Oh, I see what you're... Oh, okay. All right. Let's try that. Let me connect my device. Let's see if this works. I'm going to go into the Bitcoin app. Let's see, Ledger Live. Okay. Ugh, what's this? Scan the QR code with your phone. Ugh. No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. So as you can see, this process is technically challenging, even for someone like me who's pretty comfortable with all this stuff. So I can understand why everyone's asking me questions about it. But as I said before, I'm not a huge fan of airdrops, usually because it leads to people getting scammed. That's my first objection to these, like airdrops, like the Pulse airdrop and all that. I mean, for years and years and years, people were asking me about that. And then the other one is that it's technically challenging. Another reason why I don't care much for airdrops is because you jump through a lot of hoops to end up with basically worthless tokens, 90% of the time. You get your airdrop. They were dropping 24 billion tokens, and I was eligible for 21 of those 24 billion. So not to say that all 24 billion will be distributed, but even if it's 10 billion, my 21 tokens aren't going to be worth diddly squat, really, when you think about it. Anyhow, I'm jaded, right? I've been at this a long time. Anyway, if you choose browser wallet and then pick Ledger Live, yes, with Wallet Connect. Yeah, I'm not going to go through all that. Because I'm using my webcams right now in my streaming software. If I were to, it would ask me to scan QR codes, and then things were going to go flaky on me. So, and it's getting late. My wife's probably wondering what I'm doing down here. Anyhow, thank you guys for being here tonight, and I promise I will see if I can claim this airdrop through one of these crypto paths and see if I can get it to happen, and I'll record it, and we'll see if that works, even though I am dragging my feet on this one. Anyway, I hope that worked out for you guys. I think Amsterdam Holland said he got to a certain point where he was getting some kind of JavaScript error, which seemed odd. He was talking about at the beginning of the stream. But anyway, thank you guys for being here. Sorry I couldn't get it all the way through. I got pretty close. I will be here again next week, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join me again for the live stream from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. Hope to see you there. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Kenny, for the news. Someone, BJ, gave me a $10 donation during the stream. That was very nice of you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Joseph, for your £10 contribution. I appreciate that as well. And thank you, everyone that asked questions. Thank you, Dan, for being here and moderating and catching the questions as soon as they came in while I was babbling away doing other stuff. I always appreciate Dan being here and helping out people in the chat window. Thank you, everyone that came and asked questions. Thank you, everyone that just made comments. And thank you, everyone that just watched. I appreciate all of you and hope to see you again soon. Good night, everybody, and good night, Dan.